Hello there, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for stopping in today. And as always, we're looking at the top posts here in the last week on the subreddit. I do want to start by saying I apologize for the lack of videos the last several days. Been about 3 days, I believe, without videos. It was not really intentional. I've been really busy with my other job, my other part-time job, and I had some other commitments I had to attend to and some errands to run and stuff. And I've just been really tired. I haven't slept very well either lately. So I unfortunately just didn't get around to doing what I'd wanted to do, but I am glad to be back here. I did sleep well last night, so happy to be here. Let's hop right into this. The yin and yang of Factorio. Seeing these two posts together made me giggle. And I had already looked at this. It's quite good. Has anyone else gotten emotionally attached to their bots? I love seeing my babies flying around working. And then this one, my idiot children keep trying to take shortcuts they don't have the battery power for. Yes. After 100 more hours on the first base, first becomes the second. But train love is forever. I mean, I don't know about the train love part for me, but I guess trains love to hug me. But yeah, this is very true. Initially you're like, oh man, bots are so cool, they're so awesome. And I mean, I still like bots. I like bots better than belts personally, but there are definitely times where you're like, what are these stupid bots doing? So yeah, definitely definitely a great post here. I'm a fan. I love my bot children, but they are stupid as a pile of moss. Yes, exactly. FK player corpse machine, free ammo and pistols. And then I'm imagining they just respawn right on that spot. Free ammo and pistols. I mean, the ammo maybe would be good. I don't know about the pistols. Honestly, you can just get a bunch of free ammo and pistols if you play with me in general. I die a lot. My favorite part of them all, steam-powered homicide. Yes. It's glorious. This is a level of sadistic brilliance rarely reached by mere mortals. Bravo. Yeah. There you go. That's one way to farm resources, I suppose. 8 items sushi using only addition and 3 splitters. So got some wire stuff going on here using addition in this. Some curvy belts, and then side loading. So basically side loading to get 2 items on a belt. Going through, and then you achieve this. I don't know why you would want this. Like, usually I would want the reverse, where you start with this, and you send it through a string of sorters, and then it comes out more like this. But each of their own. Yeah, it looks high-res probably because it's really zoomed in. It does look quite nice, though. Guess I'll be building CPUs then. Oh, my lord. What is this, red? I'm curious what that is. Is this like... I'm trying to think of an overlay in the game that's red like this. And I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something very obvious. 25k a minute, iron. 4 of them, very nice. I have a sneaking suspicion that Wooby created Factorio to simulate different types of data as a game. It has super efficient designs like this sent to them so they can sell them to hardware manufacturers, and Factorio players have been driving 90% of newest hardware innovations for the last several years. The most compelling evidence of this is the fact that I have no desire to look for evidence to the contrary, therefore it must be true. Yeah, and they basically just outline what most people consider compelling evidence. That is true. What in the name of Christ is this? 4 times 25k iron smelting a minute ranged to form a smelting cluster which delivers to an LTN network. Okay, so this is some sort of like red hazard concrete. That answers the red question. Definitely using a mod for that. It's pretty cool. I like the different types of like concrete flooring mods. Very, very cool looking builds though. Need more circles. Thought it said circuits. Yikes. I'm not a fan, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really a fan. It's pretty cool. It just makes me really uncomfortable. It's just LSD lined up. Oh my god. Double point. Okay. uh, some guy started making these all over my map. Okay. I mean, I think solar would maybe be a little easier than setting up trains and train stations to deliver steam for this just to power some radars. But, I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's cool. I've done something similar, but with solar panels and no rail line. Yeah, I mean, yes. So, yeah, that's basically what I said. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. It just seems like a lot of extra work. How does the pump get power in the first place? Yeah, I mean, maybe they just start it with a solar panel or hand feed the boiler or something. Um, Pianoed in Alien Life mod at 776 hours. Didn't we look at this last week? I think we did because I was a day late. I did this on Tuesday last week, so there may be some overlap here. So we already went over this last week. Yeah, it's about 70% complete. This makes my head explode. I think this picture very demonstrates very well the exact reason I will never play Pianoed In, and also the reason why I think it's a very good mod. Like, I know this thing may seem contradictory, and I did a video of like my top 3 overhaul mods, and I did actually include Pianoed in it. And you know, going into that, just because I wouldn't personally play it doesn't mean I think it's a bad mod. It's just not the kind of mod I would like to play, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. I think the fact, like, just the thought and work and like ingenuity and stuff that had to go into the mod to be able to have the mod actually like require this type of production to work, I think is really impressive. I mean, that's like a testament in and of itself, I think. So, pretty ridiculous. Playing with alien life, part of it does make it way harder. Obviously, it by itself is still quite difficult and super complex, but alien life just like brings it to a whole new level. I was low on stone, so I made this. Well, I like it, honestly. It's pretty innovative. I'm a fan. Yeah, you could weave in a blue belt too. That's the problem. There's still space. Oh man. Could have saved a bit more stone. The player can cross one tile water gap so you can leave out single empty landfill tiles. Well, I wasn't that low on stone, but yeah, the idea of like stepping stones is kind of interesting. I actually wasn't sure I was aware that the player could skip a not like step over a non-landfill part. That's pretty cool. I finally figured out how fluid wagons work. Oh dear. I have a feeling this, well, if it ever loaded, this is UPS efficiency at its peak. I really wish this was low. I don't understand, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why some of these load and some of them don't. When they're both like on Reddit, I don't get it. Maybe we'll come back to that, see if it works. Shower thought. Factorio is the only game we're getting low FPS is the goal. Yeah, UPS too, I'd say. Idle CPU is CPU that could be used for coal liquefaction. Yes, or more iron, more circuits. I would say more iron, definitely more iron. Laughs and Dwarf Fortress. I really, I mean, yeah, the goal for a lot of well, maybe not a lot, but the goal for especially like mega base players is to basically build until until your computer can't handle it anymore. Pretty happy with my starter base. That's pretty good, honestly. Pretty decent looking science setup here. I like that they've kind of figured out. I mean, they say starter base. I don't know if this is their first base. This maybe is just their starter base, but this is like, you know, their 10th map or something. Yeah, I like the fact that they ratioed this, like adding an extra green compared to red because it takes an extra second. Nice design here with the belts, inserters. Kind of similar to how I build, actually. Having the smelting like in the bus is kind of interesting, which would indicate to me that maybe this is like their actual first base. Managed to keep things small. I always end up with huge for nothing production lines. I mean, space is almost infinite in the game, so wall fragments to separate the biters as they attack. Oh yeah, the dragon's teeth down here. Yeah, those are pretty nice. I like how they've like determined exactly where the biters attack and like focused it just on that. I think that's pretty cool. Minimalist Coverex. 2 inserters, no circuits. Oh man, this sounds like my kind of build. Okay, so we have a belt going around. And not even filter inserters. We have an inserter here. This output inserter, which outputs both kinds of materials, but then the filter splitter filters it back on to this side of the belt because it's side loading. This is a priority thing here. So I would assume once this fills up, it sends the excess down here, which would like go to the next one, but then further on. So I kind of see how this works. This is really cool, actually. I have a feeling someone's going to point out in the comments that this doesn't work. Or it's going to have issues. Let's take a look here, but I really like it, actually. Oh, oh damn, that's an interesting new way I've never seen before. And then link mine because interesting doesn't necessarily mean good. Yeah, I mean, this is really, I really like this, actually. Very much like this. Yeah, I mean, this is like, I don't really see anything criticizing it. This is really smart because you send in stuff here, right? And it's prioritizing off to each side. And then once this fills up, it's, you know, because it's filled, so then the priority is met, and it's sending it to the next one. Same thing, boom, 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 down the line, and then any excess goes through here. No circuits, no filter inserters. I am going to save this because I always, like, every time I build Coverex, I never remember a design. I'm going to come back to that. People seem to love belt spaghetti here, but I see little love for messy pipes, so I will share some of mine. Hopefully it sparks your joy. I'm pretty sure we saw this last week, too. This seems like normal pipes to me. I mean, this is a freaking ton of pipes. And, I mean, this could obviously be arranged a lot better. These chemical plants seem to have no rhyme or reason to their placement, at least that I can tell. But pipes are just a mess, like, just by existing. Real horror story is the rails. I mean, yeah, the rails, oh goodness. Yeah, we did see this last time. Do you remember? Had to share the no circuit tileable Coverex design I've been using for quite some time now. So this is kind of similar to the one we just saw. I think a little more complicated. But using priority splitters again. Definitely, it uses two more inserters that require filters as well. I kind of like the other one better. This one definitely seems good still, but... Recipe Randomizer 1.0 is out. I spotlighted this, so we're checking that out, the mod and the spotlight. Multiple hundreds of items in them. That's both scary and cool. Yeah. It seems like a, you know, if you're kind of bored of just building vanilla stuff over and over again, but still want to stick with like vanilla items, this is a really good option. I made my first useful circuit. It alerts me when I'm out of science and shows a message. I like it. Funny looking divergence number. Useful circuit. And don't you forget it. Let's see. I'm producing enough of everything. Sorry, I'm producing enough of everything. Great. Now to make blue circuit bugger. It's always the same moment. Everything ticking over just fine, and then you need to make blue circuits, and suddenly half your bus is empty. I love it, but I also hate it. It's very true. I find it ironic that they are called low-density structures, considering how much shit goes into them. LDS is the size of Manhattan. Yeah. Yeah. Blue circuits will destroy your copper and some iron, and then low-density structures will also destroy your copper. Like, it's ridiculous. You go from a full bus of copper, down, you make blue circuits, boom, like at least half of it's gone, and then low densities, and you just have 0 copper left at that point. It's pretty crazy. The 3D Printer Express, an assembly line that can produce just about anything, and now much faster and better than the previous version. So they're using trains, which is actually pretty ingenious. Okay, so we did see a previous post of this. So I'm going to skip through them setting stuff. And then they're using filter inserters to pass through here, which is pretty hilarious. So yeah, it's not actually on a completely solid track. Like there's track just enough for the cargo wagon, and then there's a space where you can place the inserters, and then another set of tracks. So you can set it. It seems a little. I mean, like you're setting the thing for it to make, which is pretty cool. But you still have to like choose everything in the assemblers. I like the concept. And yeah, if you want more like infinite info, there you go. Pretty cool. I finally launched it. What a game this is. Very nice. Very well done. Congrats. 45 hours. That's actually almost exactly how much time it took me to beat the game the first time. 3 blue circuits on the belt. Yep, looks right. Yeah. Rocket fuel is the bottleneck. That's really interesting. Rocket fuel is usually like the easiest thing, at least for me. Of course, is like a newer player, oil can be quite difficult to sustain and get like a decent amount going. So, trust me, the 8 inserters juggling grenades are an essential part of this power plant. Totally seems like it. I'm in a weird spot with the texture where oil isn't streamlined, so I only have a trickle of batteries, which means I have a large solar panel field, but very few accumulators. Playing space exploration. Thought you could wire a lamp as a daylight detector. Interesting. Who knew the start-up screens were so much bigger? Oh, man. So yeah, this is the actual start screen. They've just moved the menu. Apparently you can just stretch across here, which is pretty cool. I think it's just different scenes. Oh, wait, no, it's not, because this actually overlaps. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I did not know this. If you press Control plus minus, you can change the zoom. I did not know that. Menu screens are actual game simulations that just happen to be scripted right. It makes sense. There's more stuff to see if you zoom out. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a game simulation, basically. Man. Multiple screens look real nice. Sometimes I just like to watch the uranium tick over. It is quite satisfying, isn't it? I like the concrete work they've done under here as well. So much green. 235. It's wonderful. That's a lot of nukes, if you ask me. This is not efficient at all, and also something I did about a year ago, but I came across the video and figured I'd upload it anyway. I really did enjoy watching this uranium processing setup. Kind of like some kind of water clock. Yeah, a little bit. Been addicted to this game lately and figured it was time for fan art. Here's a little turret. Oh, very nice. 3D render here. I like it. Modeled in ZBrush, painted in Substance, and rendered in Marmoset. Yeah, the cable looks a little bit off. But overall, that's really cool. I love like the fan creation stuff. Very, very interesting to me. A friendly reminder. Alright, what's this going to be? Trains? Alright, to limit your limit your light chests. I would say just remember to limit all your chests, unless it's just something that you very intentionally want an insane amount of. I have made the mistake before of not limiting chests of things that I actually want very limited amounts of, and I definitely facepalm very hard after I realized that there's like thousands of these things I only wanted 100 of. Then we get like this. I have 65,000 stone furnaces. I started using them instead of walls for my outposts, which is not actually a bad idea. You can use furnaces for walls. You can use pipes as well, especially like early game. Pipes can work quite well. Tried 100% vanilla run, no blueprints, calculators, or references, just me and what I can remember crash landed on a planet. Very nice. 12 hours, not bad at all. Some achievements to go with it. Pretty organized looking base here, I must say. Bit bored of mega bases and had some time off from Factorio. Got inspired to try 100% vanilla run where I crashed and lost all my blueprints, references, etc. Just me and a pickaxe on an alien world. How much of the game could I remember after a couple of months off? Back by 1,000 hours previously. 1,000 plus hours. This is like, I feel like this is just like my normal gameplay. Like I basically never use blueprints and stuff like that. Quite a few kills for Steam only. Somebody protected their pollution cloud well. Yes, that is true. Not my fault. The biters kept building bases where I wanted to put minefields. Yeah, blame the biters. That's their fault, of course. We'll end with this one, which I think could be interesting. How do you feel about no sales policy? As because I've been trying to get some friends in the game lately, and a couple of them have given some backlash when they say they'll wait for a sale, and I tell them one is never coming. Personally, I think Ruby, more than any other developer in the industry, deserves to charge full price for the game. It's insanely well polished to the point the only bugs I've ever really seen in the game are the ones I shoot at. There's no other monetization crap like in most other games, like DLCs, etc. It's just buy it and enjoy the amount of playtime, 90% cents an hour. Two of my friends got 15 plus hours out of the demo, 15 hours of content for free. I don't really understand anybody who complains about the no sales policy. Like, it's a $30 game. Okay? Like, I understand if, okay, you know, if you're tight on funds, if you're on a budget, if you, you know, if you're struggling financially and you still want the game, then obviously a sale would be really helpful too, and I can understand that perspective. But like, I don't know. It's not like it's a $60 game where, you know, like, you know, I don't know if I would really buy a $60 game at this point in my life. I used to, but I don't know if I would buy a $60 game unless it went on sale. But like, Factorio is a $30 game, which I think can pretty easily, you know, you can pretty easily tell from the reviews and stuff that it's well worth, like way beyond worth the $30 you pay for it. It's not like you're gonna pay like $60 for a game and play for like 4 hours. Like, you know, if you're paying $30 for a game and you get even 30 hours of it, which in the Factorio world is like extremely minimal, that's still really good. That's like $1 an hour you're paying, which compared to like a lot of AAA games, at least in my opinion, is really good. And yeah, kind of just chiming in with what this person said. I have crossed the 1,000-hour mark in Factorio. I bought the game back when it was significantly cheaper. I almost feel like I ripped Ruby off. Exactly. Like, same here. Yeah, and $30 is a steal for what you get. Yeah, and yeah, you know, this is why you buy swag off their shop. I really wish they would expand their merch shop. Like, I would love to buy stuff from them. I'm not super interested in like t-shirts necessarily. But yeah, so responsible feeling is when you buy a game at full price and then it goes 30% off the next day. So I'm pretty glad that I didn't have to worry about that. That's actually a really good way of looking at it too. I didn't think of that, and I have had that happen before, which is quite frustrating. I think your friends are in the wrong here. If you don't want a game just because you don't want to pay the full price, knowing that it's literally never on sale, then that is the most mind-blowingly stupid reason I've ever heard. I have no respect for people like that because saving a few bucks is more important to them than supporting someone that made something great. This is kind of what I was getting at. Again, like if you're just in a financially tough position, I can definitely understand how it's really important for you to wait till a sale. But if you're just in general, like, upset that a game doesn't go on sale and you won't buy it because it doesn't go on sale, that just seems ridiculous to me. You know, it's like, you know, it's like if it's a game you're actually interested in, you shouldn't need to wait for a sale, especially again for a $30 game when there's so many like AAA games out there that are like $50, $60 in like complete crap compared to Factorio. I don't, you know, it's like I don't really see. I don't see that point of view very well. And yeah, it's also the mindset the industry has trained us to have. Why pay full price now? You can wait and pay half price for a complete version with all the DLC included. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Always appreciate and enjoy reading what you have to say. Thank you for all your continued support. Mod Spotlight will be out Wednesday. I think I'd like to do get a base tour out tomorrow. Pretty confident I can get that done, so definitely look out for a base tour tomorrow, Tuesday. And I believe that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy, a like helps a lot, and feel free to subscribe to keep up with all the new content. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.